Hello everybody, your Speedsters here, Scarlet back in the Speed Force, and I'm here to do a very great review on The Flash episode 15 of season 16, Run Iris Run. The whole episode was great. I just love the whole episode, and if you don't want any spoilers, please don't watch the video. Now, you've been warned guys, here we go. Because first, the opening scene starts with when Barry has speed and all that good stuff. He went a little, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but then later on, this whole metahuman of Fry, he ended up, blasting the whole vault, and then he's trying to go steal some cash, but then that's when this guy, Matthew Kim, he goes in and accidentally steals his powers and accidentally transfers it to another villain. So, another guy. What was his name? I forgot what his name was, but, yeah, Melting Point, as they call him in the show, so it's called Melting Point. Well, Melting Point transferred to this guy, and this guy ended up going crazy with his powers, but then, as you can see how Iris actually saves these people, she was doing this, she was actually doing this, and it was only making it worse. She actually had to do it inwards, not outward spiral, she had to do the inward spiral, so yeah, she had to do that, and then the next thing we know, they capture him, well, not capture him, but he heads to the hospital. And then he's trying to like get some stuff so he would pack up and leave. But then before he could, Joe and Iris come to him about, telling him that he should have better control of his powers. And then when Barry comes in, when Barry tries to push Melting Point away from Iris, he accidentally touches him. When he touches him, what Barry is unaware of is that he has the ability to transfer your DNA to someone else. So when he touched him, and then he touched Iris, his power, the Speed Force, had transferred over to Iris. And then that's when Matthew said, "Hey, you did this, not me." And that's when he just ran away. And then that's when he was about to go. He was like, "I lost my speed." And then the funny part was that Iris is saying, "Well, guys, I think I found your speed." And then that's when, he starts training her and all that good stuff. And then that's when they go against, this flyer guy. I think his name was like Jacob or something like that. Please tell me the name in the comments. Well, the next thing you know, he actually ends up, he is creating like a fire NATO or sorts, like a pyronado is what I'm gonna call it, the pyronado. And that's when Barry tells her to go create a tidal wave, and then the next thing you know, all that's done, and then Iris decides to transfer the Speed Force back to Barry, and that's when things all go good. But then at the end of it, when the thinking cap is completely finished, Harry is all that weird crap because he said, I forgot what the first metahuman that was left that he named, but then there was a second metahuman that they had to go get, which was Edwin Goss, I think. And then the funny stuff was that he was able to predict that. He analyzed Ralph's eating habits, and and something. What was that C word? He said something. I forgot. And then that's when he just managed to predict that he was going to spill the whatchamacallit, he's going to spill his veggie dog, but then his veggie dog, his veggie dog, he spills it. It's hilarious. The funny things that were in this episode. And the funny things that were in this episode was that, Cisco arguing with Harry, and they both talk at the exact same time. And I'm not exactly sure if they had the same exact argument, but it's just hilarious. But the end game of this, the end game of Team Flash, their end game, how to beat DeVoe's end game, is that they're going to try to use the thinking cap that DeVoe used against him to become like the new cerebral inhibitor-ish type the cerebral inhibitor-esque type thing with the thinking cap here, which I predicted that they were going to use the thinking cap. It was some time before leaked photos even came out. Like, I already knew, like, we're going to use the thinking cap. Like, when he said cerebral inhibitor, when the flashbacks came up with the cerebral inhibitor, then I ended up seeing the thinking cap. I'm like, with the cerebral inhibitor, with the true cerebral inhibitor, it could be the thinking cap. And I was right. And the funny part is that the weird part is that when he names all the last two bus metas, since they got Matthew, she's over here staring with the Eobard Thawne gaze. I was over here having the chills, like, Harry, what the heck is happening to you? I'm pretty sure Cisco's unaware that, you know, like, I don't know, I don't know. I'm gonna actually look up in the promo to see if Harry's actually normal, because I think he's normal. But why do I still feel the fact that something may have happened to Harry when he put on that thinking cap? Because, you know, I'm actually going to check on that later. This is a very excellent review. Sorry it's short. You know, like Paige, the DC TV show, Eric's Reloaded, and Boba Talks. Shout outs to 4 of them who basically inspired me to, you know, do this review as normal. Because I look up to them. I see their reviews. I see their breakdowns. And that's why I did this. Mainly just because I want to have the experience for myself. I really do thank you very much. I'll be coming out with the promo breakdown for episode 17, Nolan Annoyed of Flash Season 4. Thank you very much, guys. See you later from the Speed Force. Bye, guys.